And here it is, one of the NFL's truly iconic stadiums, and the oldest one still in use. It's Soldier Field in Chicago. Cairo Santos out for the opening kick. And here we go from Chicago. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Mahomes starting off with a throw. That one way too far up there. They can't connect.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. All set up now for 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. He'll get it to Rashee Rice, complete. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a 6-0 lead right away. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Reed now to kick this one away. And that kick is going to go out of bounds, and you know what that means. That ball is headed to the 40. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. 1st and 10 from the 41. A give right side for Swift. He cuts outside. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Going to the ground again on 1st. He'll cobble together a yard there. Brought to a halt by Brian Cook. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
That's going to be caught by Carter. He's got a gain of 6 there. Justin Reed with the tackle. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Here we go, set.
Here's Williams. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Yeah, that ball looked good out of his hands. It just couldn't get through the defense cleanly. Somebody tips it away and saves a potential completion.
Tag. 60 Viking 18.
On 4th down, it's Williams. He's got it close to the marker. Oh, but they're going to say incomplete. He didn't get the feet down on 4th down.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound. It was the execution that let them down.
He lets one fly deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs pull out in front further, 13-zip. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. And no, they faked it. Catches it out left. And he's into the end zone, and that shows what kind of game they've been having. Even that works for them, and it adds an extra 2 to their lead. Reed now to kick this one away. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Williams set to pass. That's complete. Cole Kmet. Oh, this big guy is moving. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
We've got enough data now through the years to understand that an explosive play on offense, more often than not, leads to scoring. We also know if you can create a negative play defensively. In a tightly contested game like this, every play matters. And to get that negative play, put this offense on their heels, exactly what this defense needed.
It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
Attack, attack.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Hauled in by Rice. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. About set for the 2nd quarter. Chiefs football here. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. Taking a deep shot here. That one's cut at the 10-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Yeah, we hear about it all the time. A short memory, right? We hear about it with quarterbacks a lot, Kate, when they make a mistake. But it works the same way for a defense, a whole position group. You have got to flush that big play, come back and play the next play. And boy, did the defense do it there.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make an impact later.
So on 4th down, the Chiefs field goal units at Harrison Buck, and they fake it. And that is incomplete. The fake is unsuccessful. The fake field goal does not get it done. This is going to be a turnover on downs. Here's Swift to start the drive. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Let's go now.
Moore going to motion over right.
Let's go.
Has him on the quick hitter. Now here he goes, down the right sideline. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears earn the chance to tie it before halftime. DJ Moore, the touchdown. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
He's throwing for it! And he will get into the end zone. That ties this game up. Well, not the way they drew it up, partner, but when it works, who cares? They didn't defend the check down throw, and it's open for 2.
I can still remember one of my first red zone days way back when. Touchdown to check down, touchdown to check down. Now, I know it's not a touchdown, but this check down, well, it was a valuable 2 points.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They go play action. It's Mahomes. That's complete. Here's Brown. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down. Here's Mahomes now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Trying again, following the sack. He sends this one to the end zone. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. And the Bears will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception. There's 35 seconds to go in the half as they are ready to begin their drive. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll stick with the ground game here. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half. All tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Williams will look to throw. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
2nd and 8. It's taken in by Roma Dunze. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
Let's go.
Motion man sent left. A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Can I have a moment, Kate? Just a moment to marvel at how well they reacted to that play on defense. They were all over it from the start, getting behind the line to blow up a play that how many times do we see as highlight reel touchdowns going the other way?
Looking to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. 1st down, here's Swift. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Here we go, set. 18, 5 in, 18, run, 18, run. Last thing, 19. Check go.
To throw is Williams. Has his man, it's Swift. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st down, Williams. He's got it near the 8. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears take the lead right away in half number 2. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns. Pressure off left, and it's blocked. And the Chiefs got it. And they'll snuff out that return before it gets too far, so just a blocked extra point on the play.
You know, it really does, Kate. When you see that point blocked, it just deflates. You feel it. The whole sideline gets deflated. But I'll tell you what else it does. It puts a little seed of doubt and thought into your kicker and your special teams. And you hate that. You really do. You want those guys playing with as much confidence as your offense and defense is. So making sure you get your kicker right and that special teams unit right, that's going to be hugely important here down the road.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's the Chiefs in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. It's Pacheco again. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st. Looking to throw Mahomes. This one finds Kelsey. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Finds his man Rice. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down. They're set up at the 35 now. Play action, Mahomes. Has a man, it's Brown. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. Chiefs trail by 6. All right, I'll set up now. First and 10. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
He'll look to throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Here he is to throw. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Desperation time here on 4th. They connect for the first. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Left the offense out there on 4th down, Brock, and look at the result. A big gain. They got 15 and the first. Back to throw. That's complete. Isaiah Pacheco. And it's a touchdown in the final minute. He's in, and now an extra point would give him the lead and maybe the win. So it was touchdown or bust here on this drive, Brock. A field goal wouldn't have done it, but they get the score they needed, and now a critical extra point forthcoming.
And now what I love, the pressure shifts to the other sideline. They do have some time left on the clock, and remember, all they're going to need is a field goal to go out and steal this one in the end.
That one right down the middle, and they'll take the lead. Reed now to kick this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Purple 80. Cowboy 80.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards.
19 Lion. Ready. Lion. Go.
Here he is to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Nick Bolton has it.
Intercepted by the Chiefs. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Follow these two, follow these two.
Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Yellow.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. That's caught in stride by Rice. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. He's got it at the 6. And they'll get this down.